Welcome to Thinkin, a podcast series by Kautilya School of Public Policy.
Welcome back to the Thinkin podcast at Kautilya School of Public Policy. Today we have with us A Balasubramanian, the Managing Director and CEO at Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Funds. Welcome, sir. Without wasting much time, let's get to the point. Sir, how do you think that asset management companies contribute to wealth creation and financial inclusion in India?
See, asset management industry is one of the largest industry worldwide in channelizing the pool of savers money, and channelize them into the capital market, and help in participating the wealth creation that is being created by the companies that are listed in the market, and therefore you create wealth for the investors at large. And that is the job of the asset management company, and it's a pool vehicle.
Okay.
In fact, the asset management company in India now is gaining more and more popularity, more and more acceptance, given the fact that public at large, the savers at large, they always have a traditional investment they choose. They choose traditional investments such as fixed deposit, gold, silver, and so on and so forth. Now, after seeing the experience of investing in the capital market through the mutual fund, which is nothing but putting your money into better use, therefore it becomes a wealth creation opportunity. And people also experienced the real outcome of investing in mutual funds the last almost 10, 20, 30 years. Therefore, now gaining more popularity.
Sir, what specific initiatives are asset management firms implementing to enhance financial literacy, and how are they making an impact?
So in fact, mutual fund industry has been the inventor of how to make financial literacy very powerful, meaningful, and less jargon based education that we can create, so that every common man can accept, understands the importance of investing and through the mutual fund. And how did it happen? I think SEBI has made it mandatory for mutual fund undertake financial literacy activities across the country for common man to invest, for which they said out of your profit that you make, 2 basis points of that should be kept aside for the purpose of the investor education program. So it was started in 2012. And since 2012, in fact, the mutual fund SAIHE was created in the 2016 by the industry, for the benefit of country at large. Since the time the mutual fund SAIHE as a brand was given, then underneath of mutual fund SAIHE, various ways of investing in mutual fund was actually taught as one of the concepts to improve the financial literacy in the country. And that's something in my view has done wonders in making everyone to accept mutual fund as one vehicle that they can choose when it comes to the question of investment consideration. In fact, it's been growing popularity, which I just mentioned earlier, is coming from the fact that literacy is at the forefront of mutual fund industry to make it as a part of one of the main activities along with raising money from the public at large. That is something in my own belief is actually doing great impact, is creating great impact. In fact, most of the other industry players, such as insurance, such as Reserve Bank of India for educating investors, the mutual fund literacy program has become actually a role model in making other industry players within the financial sectors to somewhat emulate what they have done for even their own success of the industry.
So when you talk about that mutual fund industry has been the beginner of the thought that you shared, how do you measure the success of financial literacy initiatives and the outcomes that have been achieved in terms of improved financial decision making in the past 3-4 years?
Yeah. See, the one way to measure is, it's very difficult to understand or rather measure purely on the basis of what you get to hear from investors. I think the way we measure the success, industry when it was started, says about 10 years back, the industry had a size of roughly about 10 lakh crore size. Today, industry has about 56 lakh crore size, maybe even 60 lakh crore size. Numbers have gone up like crazy. Number of investors who are investing in mutual funds was only about 1.5 crores unique investors were there about 10-12 years back. Today, the industry has got roughly about 5 crores unique investors are there. That means participation levels are rising. And third is if you do a survey, which is called NPS survey, if you take, how many of you actually invested in mutual funds? They may probably say, yes, I have made investment. The same question if you ask, how many of you invested in mutual fund through the SIP? Number of people will accept and acknowledge they have invested in the SIP would have gone up quite significantly, which essentially means systematically investing in mutual funds for creation of wealth is the way of investing and now become accepted norms by the investors. That is what I think called as SIP. So that is why you have created a success. Today, the mutual fund have been the large investor in the Indian capital market when FIs are selling in India, which also is a reflection of the mutual funds growth, public participations after understanding, rather after benefiting from the educational activities what mutual fund industry have undertaken. Second, at the end of the day, anybody who comes to the mutual fund, experience, right? Seeing is believing types.
Correct.
And experience that they got investing in mutual funds have also been equally powerful and good. So that's the way you have to measure the impact of financial literacy program that comes in industry. And second, third, the last thing we can think about it, number of new investors who join the mutual fund industry, not coming from Mumbai, Hyderabad, or Bangalore, or Delhi. These are all well-informed cities, right? Coming from deeper parts of the country, the B30 cities we call it, or smaller cities, also participation levels are rising because they get to see about mutual fund investing through the regional languages.
Right.
So we run actually the financial literacy program in about roughly minimum 13 languages. We create high impact literacy programs. So that has its own impact to making the people who who doesn't speak English or Hindi, even they also participate, because at the end of the day, education is actually not driven by the language, is about concept.
True. And I think I could relate to what you are saying because I follow you and the Bharat series that you are doing. And that's how the root is what the real, as you always mention,
Correct.
highlights from what you just described.
Correct.
Sir, how is the asset management industry leveraging digital platforms to promote financial education, and are there any collaborations with the government initiatives?
See, I think digital now is become a platform, is becoming a powerful platform, and also one of the medium through which you reach to the common investors. Today, number of smartphone users, the country now, 70% of the Indian population must be smartphone users, which essentially means they have an access to every possible medium that you can access through the mobile platform using internet. So that's something I think mutual fund industry have been using the digital platform, reaching out through tie-ups, various platforms who undertakes these kind of education activities, media and other social medium platform such as LinkedIn and Facebook and other such platforms are being used in reaching out to the masses at large. YouTube videos, I think you will find many capsules on the industry education. From a government point of view, clearly of course we work with various government bodies and undertake joint programs such as NSE, BSC and SEBI as a regulator, AMFI as a body. I think they tie up with various colleges, institutions across different parts of the country, and they do a joint programs. So that's the way you have to reach. I think you have a ground level reach, you create on the ground activities to reach to the masses through the students, forums, etc. At the same time, you take the mass medium platform to reach to the masses using digital platform. That's the way industry has been evolving through various tie-ups and MOUs for the purpose of increasing the literacy in the country.
So my last question would be, how do you think is a good idea for a regulation for asset management companies to collaborate with the government to drive the financial education in the masses and align it with the public policy goals of the country?
So in fact, the mutual fund SIA was created. Itself was part of the policy that was created to enable the mutual fund industry undertake financial literacy activities as one of the activities which does not have the motto of a profit except educating investors in India on the lines of CSR. See, if you look at every company who was making a profit, has to keep aside 2% of the profit towards CSR programs After that, number of companies who are urgent participating in the social uplifting of our country have gone up quite significantly. There is a kitty that is available which is not meant for profit, it is only for meant for benefiting public at large. Therefore, the one which you mentioned about how we can do it, we are already doing it on the lines of what Government of India would be thinking, and the industry itself we are doing it jointly with SEBI and Ministry of Finance and other government bodies. Yeah.
Okay. One last message or a thought that you think that public policy professionals like us could bring about and contribute to the industry that you are in?
I think each one of you should become an advocate of the financial literacy. At the end of the day, it's the word of mouth and show the confidence of people like you who have seen the benefit of how the policy making of this, which I just mentioned, how it has been benefiting the public at large. I think you become an advocate of this itself. It's because you are seeing it and seeing an impact.
Right.
Therefore, you all can become an ambassador of making the financial literacy in the country to the next level, especially among the students who will now get into the jobs. I think what is most important where you can play a role, the experience that I am sharing could also be experienced by the students when they start the mutual fund investing at their early stage, which can definitely benefit them in the long run. So you all can become an advocate of this. You can become an ambassador.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. And if you can have one last message for our viewers, because you have been in the industry for quite some time, and one advice or a thought that you can share with our viewers.
And I always believe that future is bright. India is a country, will be the fast growing country. Therefore, having a faith and a belief that India will be the most promising country in the world, and that leap of faith that you put is also reflects on your action. And that's the message I believe, going in the strong belief system in the future is bright, and basis which you build in every activity that you are carrying out in that line.
Thank you for joining in today. Stay updated for more such engaging and interactive discussions, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.